without any adjustment.
The governor himself did a sort of recap on 2012 budget, and we were all there. We've heard of the percentage of the performance, the percentage of the performance of last year's budget. Well, this year's budget has been brought. There are a lot of goodies in it if properly implemented. But unfortunately, as we all know, that budget is a proposal. It is subject to availability of funds. There are times you want to do good, you want to do a lot of wonderful things, but when the money is not there, there is a limit to what you can do. So I just hope that we will be able to generate the IGR that is being proposed and the federal allocation that we are expecting, so that we can meet up with at least 70% of the 2013 budget.
After the budget presentation, the governor hosted former governors and other dignitaries to a lunch at the government house.
Always very happy to see you.
Later, in an interview, the Honorable Speaker, Ogun State House of Assembly, Honorable Suraj Adekumbi, spoke on the readiness of the House to ensure speedy passage of the budget for successful implementation.
It is our responsibility to do that. It's one of our key responsibilities, as in the appropriation, and that will be done as soon as possible.
Major stakeholders in the Ogun State government were present at the 2013 budget presentation. Many agreed that the proposed budget is aimed at addressing the overall needs of the citizenry and for the general transformation of the state.
In any society, if you don't invest in education, you can't do anything. If you don't have educated people, you really cannot achieve your agenda. So our investment in education is deliberate. It's not a mistake. It's the right thing to do. Get your people educated. That's when they can compete for jobs. That's when they can open businesses. That's when the state can move forward. So it's the right focus. And Ogun State, if you look at the history of Ogun State, the thing that distinguishes Ogun State from any other state was its education. And we have to go back to those days so that we can move the state forward.
The budget of 2013 is christened, I think, budget of sustainable growth. And it's, of course, to display that the governor, the government, in the mission to rebuild Ogun State, you will see that, of course, there've been a great achievement between, the time of the 2012 budget and, of course, what the the proposed budget for 2013. So I will see that, of course, it's a great achievement. That is why of course, there have been a growth, and of course, what the government is saying is that sustainable growth.
A budget of consolidation. You realize that last year it was more like a budget to rebuild Ogun State, and having gone a long way in that statement, in that vision, what the government, the governor of Ogun State, His Excellency Senator Ibikunle Amosun, has done is to look at those areas where he could begin to consolidate. He has said education is one key to the fundamentals. Infrastructure is very, very important, and you can see from what has been done so far. The idea is that by this time next year, we want to see that 80%, 90% of those things that have been presented in the budget have been actually completed.
I was very heartened to see that in this budget, the governor is actually aggressively investing in many areas concerning the poor. He's going to be giving some money for Gwamoro, which he mentioned in his budget, which is going to help give antenatal support, natal support and postnatal support to poor pregnant women. And in the postnatal support, we are going to be ensuring the immunization of children below the age of 5. So he talked about that. He talked about his investments in education, in healthcare, in agriculture, in women's empowerment. All of these areas in environment cover the MDGs. So it's a very solid and excellent budget.
As the title, Budget for Sustainable Development, implies, it is believed that the 2013 budget will further bring more development to the good people of Ogun State.
We compare with the last year budget. Most of the things that was in the last year budget were executed. And this year again, I am assured that the governor will implement most of the things that is in the budget.
Like what last year? And what
like last year, we talk about the model school. The model school is on. The roads, expansion of all the roads, and making Abeokuta to look more like a capital city of the Ogun State. And when you go to other senatorial districts, the same thing is happening as he promised. So this time around, I know that most of the things that is there, the agriculture, provision of employment, generation of employment for the youth, everything will be, we are expecting, and I hope the government will do it.
It appears he has achieved a greater part of the promise he made last year, because I was present here too. But I actually appreciate that he inherited a lot of debt, and debt might have affected performing absolutely as he wanted. And you know that budgets are budgets. Action is a different thing altogether. But I'm sure that from his performance, it appears he has covered more than 80%, which is excellent for any government.
Okay, so what do you expect from the government in the year 2030?
Well, from the way he presented it, I am sure that next year will be better than the last one, if people cooperate. And I'm sure Ogun State people are very appreciative of what he's been doing, and they will cooperate. By the grace of God, he will achieve better than he achieved last year, and we shall do our best to give him support.
In the words of our amiable governor during the budget presentation, we have a collective responsibility to ensure the success of this budget for sustainable development, for the benefit of our people. And with determination and collective efforts, we shall succeed in this desire to sustain the growth of our dear state. For comments, questions, and observations, send a text to the GSM number displayed on your screen. Or send an email to be a part of rebuilding our beloved gateway state.
Ọmọ Ògùn, Ìṣẹ̀yà.